Alright, I'm making this video to talk about setting up your gradebook for total points and what exactly has to be set up for that. So I'm going to look at the semester long class first. I'm going to go to grade setup. Q1 would be set up to total points. Q2, total points. If you had to make a change here, once you make the change you had to go down here and hit save. I'm not making any changes, so that's not needed. E1, that also needs to be set to total points. And then F1 would be set up as term weights and whatever your term weights needed to be. If you were doing high school with a final exam or a middle school course with a final exam, you would make those changes, hit save, and that's all there is to total points. So let's look at year long. Let me say one thing. As you make any changes to your grade setup, best practice is to go up here to Tools and hit Recalculate Final Scores to make sure that those changes are reflected into your students' grades. Alright, so let's go through a year-long class for total points. So I'm going to double click on Q1. That would be total points. Q2 would be total points. Q3, total points. Q4, total points. Sound like a broken record, right? So M1 would also be total points. S1 would be term weights, and it would be Q1, Q2, and M1. If you don't have a midterm exam, you would just ignore that, and then your other ones would just be 50-50. You may not see the M1. That's really for the high schools, for the CTE classes. Let's do S2. That would be term weights, Q3 and Q4. E1 should be total points. And then F1 would be term weights with your S1 and S2 and your E1 reflective on whether you have an exam or not. So this would be your standard setup, 40-40-20. If you don't teach a final exam, you can put in 50-50-0. We'll ignore the E1. Hit save. Again, best practice is to go up here to Tools and hit Recalculate Final Scores to make sure that your students have the correct grade. Hope this helps out. Thank you.